felt like a victory over the suffocating weight of the rocks. But the air was growing thin, and Steve could feel the sharp edges of the rock cutting into his skin, blood dripping down his legs and arms. His body was slowly being crushed under the pressure, and the realization hit him like a ton of bricks. There was no way out. The rocks had won. He was trapped, alone, with no one to help him. The rest of his team was still trying to escape the falling debris and make their way back to safety. They had heard the collapse, but they had no idea where Steve was. No idea that he was trapped just inches away from freedom. Every time they tried to call out, Steve couldn't answer. The weight of the rocks made it impossible for him to breathe, let alone scream. His body was growing weaker, each breath a laborious struggle. The pressure on his legs and ribs was relentless, and the pain was unbearable. Hours passed. Steve's body began to betray him. His limbs grew numb from the lack of circulation, his chest constricting with every shallow breath. He thought of his team, of his family, of the people he had left behind. He wondered if they would ever find him, if they would even know where to look. The crushing weight of the rocks continued to suffocate him, the cold stone pressing against his bones as time seemed to stretch on indefinitely. It wasn't until several hours later that the team managed to find their way back to the spot where Steve had been trapped. But by then, it was too late. Steve's body had succumbed to the immense pressure. When they finally reached him, his position was horrifying. His body twisted at an unnatural angle, his limbs crushed beneath the weight of the rocks. The cave, which had once been a place of mystery and challenge, had turned into a deadly tomb. Steve Johnson's body was recovered in the same position he had been trapped in, and the chilling angle at which he had been crushed left a permanent mark on his team. They had all known the risks, had all accepted the dangers of caving, but nothing had prepared them for the brutal reality of what had happened. Steve's death was a reminder of the raw, unpredictable nature of the earth, a reminder that even the most experienced cavers could fall victim to the crushing power of the tunnels they loved so much. The passage that had once seemed like an exciting challenge was now a symbol of the cave's indomitable power. For Steve, it had been just another adventure. For his team, it was a lesson in the unforgiving nature of the caves,